Cool. That's excellent. So there's Sizzle. How cool is this? So I have no idea what it's going to be like on your end on the Zoom room or on Facebook. If you get echoes, turn something up, turn something down, turn something off. But with all that further said, we're just going to have some fun today answering where's the Zoom link? It's in a different post, Uma. So somebody's got an echo, so turn something up, turn something down, mute something, whatever it takes. We'll work it out. So, Lisa, welcome to the show. Yeah, so the Zoom link is in a different post, unless somebody can post it up in there that knows how to do that, because I've got way too many devices all around me to do that right now. So I'll tell you what, maybe I can do that. So, who wants to say hi in the Zoom room to everybody out there?
Hello, everybody out there.
Gaza.
Hi.
Whoa, who was that? I couldn't see.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, listen to all the cool kids here. All right, so I'm going to attempt to post the link in the comments because, oh, look at that. I am so fucking cool. Who wants to give me an amen on that?
Amen.
All right.
Hallelujah.
Boom. So,
even though you're so cool, I'm so handsome.
oh, Sizzle is handsome. So here's what I want to do, gang. I just want to do something up close and personal, right? So I notice so many people are stuck. Tony Doyle is in the room with trying to manifest things because they do things that are not personal. They depersonalize their manifesting. And this is something which I really love about the Mod Squad members, the Black Belts, the Triple D kids. You guys get this because whenever you let it be personal, and I'm gonna grab a real specific one real quick. Then I just want you guys to run with something to help reinforce this in whatever way you want to. Right? Short, sweet, preferably. And where the fuck is the room? I've lost the room. You guys are still here, right?
Yes, I am at least.
Gotta love fucking technology. There they are. Whoa, Darkery's here too. Wow. Good looking kids. He looks dapper today. Dapper Dockery.
I'm all over the place, man.
All over the place. Hey, I'm bilocating. I'm on Zoom and Facebook. You know, like I must be a real guru now. So here's my thing. Ready? So in the Law of Attraction by Neville Goddard group, there was a post basically saying, "Hey, I made a list of all the qualities that I want my special person to have." Yada, yada, yada. Now I'm running into problems. And here's what I'm going to toss into this. If you make it about them, things get nuts, which was the last sentence of the post. If you make it about a list, things get weird because what happens whenever they drop that one thing? If you got a list with 72 and 1/2 bits of criteria, Adelia, welcome to the show. And you've got those 72 and 1/2 bits of criteria and they change their hair color, does that mean you don't want to deal with them anymore? Yeah, this is where things get weird. Or on the other hand, happy loving husband is an ongoing emergent. Happy loving husband loves Victoria as she emerges and grows and changes and transforms and explores who she is and how this works. And I never make it about her. I just let it be about me. Happy loving husband, of course, loves her. Happy loving husband appreciates her existence. And you notice how personal it is. Happy loving husband. It's all about me. So, you guys are in the Zoom room. If somebody wants to grab that and run with a little bit of how do you make it personal? Because personal makes it easy. Somebody grab the stick and go first. Not the fucking dogs either. Unbelievable. Nobody's making it personal? Gang.
Well, it's personal, but about making it about you. It's about focusing, like you said, on happy, loving husband, in your case, happy, loving girlfriend, depending on who you are. So it's about you. It's always about making it about you. I get that part. Now, let me see. Looking on the topic you're saying, I'm kind of looking at I'm at war with finance. So why am I at war? And I've been thinking about that. It's like I'm at war because I notice that I don't have what I want. And so I went back and kind of restudied, and it comes to, if it's about me, that's what I'm working on, is like revising how I focus on money or not having the things that I want or the money to do the things I want.
Cool.
So
This is excellent, Angela, because when I get into when I moved into this state, I create wealth. I get that
yes,
I can create 20 grand a year or 20 grand a month. And
I
it's,
like that.
doesn't it feel good? Because it's now about me. It's not about the money. Because some months,
Right.
guess what? We may dip down below the stated level of income, whatever the fuck that means. On the other hand, if when I create wealth, you can dial it up at any time, and you can always celebrate. Because if you created $2, guess what? You had a win. Now let's double that and double it again. So I love how you brought that up, because to be at war with money, it has to be separate from you, versus I create wealth. That brings you down to that verb level, and
There
sweet.
it is.
Love it.
Yes.
Thank you.
Perfect. Yes,
Angela,
because
you
that's
you drop kicked us into the playing field. Who's next? Come on, smiling kids. Most do.
I'll go next.
Kadra. Kadra.
I've
Boom. Triple D. Yo.
I've been playing a lot more with like the difference in the days and the different identity-based manifestations that we've talked about, especially since you've covered them a lot lately in the podcast episodes. And um, I've been playing with ownership and how that feels personal to me. So I would definitely appreciate any insight you have on that. Like you talk about it a lot in terms of your car.
Yep. That
So
was
I've
that.
been
So
exploring
so
how
so
that
so
fits to me personally and what that would imply for me.
so you preempted my car story. Good on you. So let's go real time, because here's my realist time one right now. I'm talking to you live on the Facebook through the Zoom room with the Blue Yeti microphone going into the iPad Pro from 2019, right? Here's the story behind that. I bought the iPad Pro. It's got a better camera. We bought it for the show. And then we found out it was almost impossible to get USB microphones to work with it for the first 2 years. And I just got pissed off,
made it.
right? Cool. Uma, gotta mute you. Background noise. So here's what's really cool. Whenever ownership, this is my show. This is my podcast. I am a first class guy. By the way, that doesn't exclude Victoria. It just shows my willingness to own the quality of the show. Jen, again, next Jen. Boom. They're joining us on Zoom. Jen, scroll up in the comments. You'll see a join us link. So, when I really get into owning the quality of the show, I can't be a victim to the fact that the freaking iPad ain't going to do what I want it to do. I found a solution, spent $100. Here we are, and we're experimenting with this because Victoria's out of town, and I don't want to do a solo show. I want my buddies here, and here we are. So anytime you can bring ownership in, always notice where you don't feel you own it. When I blamed Apple, fuck, man, I can't do what I want on the show. That was 2 years of not doing exactly what I wanted. But when I woke up like this past week and said, rightio, I'm making changes, you get it? I'm owning it. Here's that attitude of Abdullah that we dive into in Triple D. The doors are still open. Starts in 3 days. DreamDrivenDay.com. How's that?
That was perfect. Thank you.
Julia. Go, go, go. All right, so we're talking about making it up close and personal ownership. Jan Christer, welcome to the show. How's that Yeti sound out there, gang? You guys that are in the Zoom room, you are hearing me through the built-in microphone. I apologize if it's not as good as the guys on Facebook, but sooner or later I'll work all this kinkity stuff out. So who wants to go next? Up close and personal. How are you letting things become personal so they become easier and funner?
Well, today on my walk, I discovered I was exploring home ownership and knowing where I want to live or where we want to live. My love and me, and I was feeling there's a specific home that we were like, oh yes, that's it. But then also I moved into that feeling of I just want to be in front of the fire with him in our home and our and just that of
Cool.
don't know why.
That wasn't you. Cool. I had to mute somebody. Keep on going. This is good. I love that you're finding
Okay,
this fireplace,
yeah. So
hearth, home. Cool.
yeah, yes. So it just that, and then of course, since I know what I want, God knows what I want, so I don't have to worry about all of that. I could just I'm home. I know what it feels like, and because it was interesting last year we were traveling for my birthday, and I realized, oh, for this birthday I want to be home. So that nice feeling.
You know, there's a feeling whenever you go from having it be about a specific house, 3 bedroom, 2.5 baths, blue in color, all that dumb shit, and you find the feeling of home. You just slide right in, and there's the biggest key with what I've noticed. I jokingly tell people, but it's true. We've got 3 sources of heat in our home. We've got a fireplace, we've got each other, and 2 puppies. Right between the 3 sources, we do all right. It doesn't get too cold in Melbourne, but it does get chilly. And there's a feeling that you can get if you just really ponder just for a moment. Annie, welcome to the show. You know, there's a feeling you can get when you.
2020
Yo, Grant Monk.
question for you about that because originally, when my beloved and I were not living in the same hemisphere with each other,
Right?
each of us each of us was feeling home, and the next thing you know, all the bridges of incident in Caesar's world moved us to be together, and we're delighted, and we have home in the sense of together and each other.
Yep.
And because it's like we've got the lovely home sense together, how can we also bring about the architectural object in which we can celebrate our sense of home?
Cool. So when you go to one of those Asian buffets that we don't have in Melbourne for the most part, and you're putting you're putting food on the plate and more food on the plate and more food on the plate. Victoria would tend to end with dessert, something sweet. I tend to end with something savory, and some of y'all get the joke there. The coolest thing for me is knowing you found home with each other. You found home, and it moved you both from around the world to being physically together. You know what home feels like. You just get to find that as well as home is together, but also home as a location. Home as in waking up where you know you're going to be spending. Yeah, I don't know what your definition of home is, but I will die here. And so I understand I will grow old and die where I currently live. And that's fine with me.
I have a question.
Carolyn, go for it.
Hi, how you guys doing?
All these Triple D kids. By the way, since I must you on mute, I was going to say, yeah, if you like Triple D, give a holler, but everyone's on mute, so fuck it. So, Carolyn, go for it. Yeah, see, okay, we got one. All right.
Yeah.
We got another. All right.
My question was how Grant was just talking about how he was envisioning all this stuff in home, but you know how you're supposed to make it about you. How do I make it about me when I already know and I already have felt the person and feel the person and know how the person is? How can you detach from not making it about the both of you, but making it that sometimes it gets murky for me when it comes to
Cool.
that
That
with another person. I usually don't,
so that
since I've been married for
that
so long. It's
that
hard
that
for me to do that.
so that little tiny. So, are you saying you've got someone specific that you're, let's say, dating or something that you would like to be in relationship with or go deeper, something like that?
I don't. It's my husband specifically, but I don't want to think of him. I want to make it about me. But it's hard because we live so many things together. So I want to. How do I kind of go about that?
Cool. Habit. The number one thing, remember, so if you wake up every morning and you have coffee, it's natural to wake up every morning and have coffee, and wake up every morning and have coffee, and wake up every morning and have coffee. Then you literally get to generalize it a little bit up to, let's say, warm drink or hot drink. and just experience that. Uh, it really just comes down to habit. You know, like uh, back in the old days, I did all of my teaching one-on-one in person, which severely limited my income. But I was teaching the same kind of stuff. On the other hand, at this point, I do very rarely do anything one-on-one. I do small groups and products. So finding the feeling of teacher has allowed me to evolve as a teacher with the different medias and the different possibilities with it all. Finding if you're looking for something like happy loving wife, and it may or may not be your husband that you're with, you just get to explore it without him there. Like literally.
That fear comes into play. I mean, I'm being honest. I have to be honest. Fear comes into play because I don't want not to be him. So I'm like, no, I got to put him in because I want it to be him. I guess that's where.
So you do want it to be him
for me.
So you do, or you don't want it to be about him?
Well, I know it would. It wouldn't work if it's not about. If I'm making it about somebody else, it's I'm giving up my power. I know that. But I want my relationship to work with him, but I don't want to make it about him. That's what I'm trying to explain.
Yep.
I guess I'd have a question right there.
So let me just
about him, but doesn't mean you don't include him.
I imagine Victoria happy every day, but if she dies, I'll probably be with somebody else at some point. And this is nothing against her. Like Neville said, if the person you love died tomorrow, would you eventually be with someone else? Yeah, I'm a family kind of person, so that would probably happen. It doesn't mean I wouldn't warn her, but the thing is, if you obsess about him in any way, it's gonna create some very fascinating consequences. On the other hand,
it is. I know it's happening for me, so you're right. Right on the money.
Isn't it cool? Now here's the cool thing: you love him, right?
Yes.
Now you came from a different area of your body right then. You were up in your head before, head and heart, all that tension. When you said yes, you dropped down into your belly. Yes. Nice. Okay. Thanks, Jen, again. Yeah. So here, so when you drop down into your belly, now you found home. It is naturally, by the way, I love you. You've been in Triple D twice, I believe. And Jen's been in like 7 million times, right? We should just name it after her. But I love you. Naturally, me loving you as a person has me imagine your success, your happiness. If you wanna, if your husband comes to mind, and it may or may not be him that you're in a long-term relationship, here's what I want you to do: just imagine him happy. Just imagine him satisfied. That's all I want for Victoria. She's on holiday right now. She'll be back in a couple hours. I only just imagine her happy. I imagine her satisfied. I imagine her having a life that she loves every single day. That's how, whenever she pops into my mind specifically as a loving husband, that's how I give to her. How's that?
I got it. Thank you.
Boom. Your question and our dance will bless money. I can guarantee that, because this is a common one that's hard to wade through a lot, but that was gold. Cool. Who's next?
Do we have a certain area that we're discussing here?
We have a specific one.
What is it?
Hi, Jen. So here basically we're chatting about up close and personal. This is inspired primarily by a post in the group about someone who made a list about the qualities of their special person, and now they've made it about their special person, and they've entered into the beginning of the superhighway to hell, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh my God,
so I'm going to give another weird example that has nothing to do with love. Ready? Ready? And a crass commercial. Dream-driven day. The doors are open. The course starts in 3 days. Holy fuck, man. There's still space you can join. Ready? I imagine the perfect group, the perfect course, us all having had a blast. Done. Right? I do not imagine specific people in the course. When it's all about me, I'm having fun in the course teaching. I'm with people that are having fun learning. Transformations are happening. And you guys that have all done Triple D, is that what happens? Right?
Yeah.
Every time.
That's what happens. Yeah, you guys that have done it more than once, every time, right? But I'd never sit here and go, I want Bob in there. I'm imagining Bob in there. I'm imagining somebody with these 17 qualities in there. Fuck it. I mean, like, I'm just imagining me having a blast, teaching people who are having a blast, and you guys getting it. That's, again, me making it all about me. And it is. Sorry about the noise in the mic if that just came through. All right, so, Jen, you want to join in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I always want to chime in. First off, I'm not sure if there's anybody here who has not been in Triple D. I did it 4 times.
Is that all?
That's all. Yeah.
All right.
So,
I
20. It gave so much. Oh my god. Like, am I even Jen anymore? I don't think.
So the people
it's amazing.
The people out there that have heard us call you Jen again, next Jen, which Jen is it, right? Yeah, it's like really you're a different Jen, totally, absolutely.
It's amazing. It's amazing. You know, people asked me the other day, you know, how did you get this expansion? I said 20. You know, I said I continued taking the courses and listened and applied like hell. Not in a bad way either. It's just I was adamant.
Apply like hell.
Absolutely adamant. And I continue to be. 20, I have a question.
Jen.
I'm not sure if this fits in with this conversation or not, but I'm going to
like it matters. It's my show. Go for
it. Emotion.
Yep. I have them.
Here's what yeah, but like here's what I know, and here's a crash course for your MS. Manifesting Mastery. You know, there's one in there, it doesn't matter what number, but here's what I got from emotion. And many people have been asking me this. You know, Neville defines emotion as intense feeling, right?
Sure.
Intense feeling. But, like, I don't know. I think people get fucked up with emotion.
You know, I
like...
Go ahead.
I like when you said, when you shared sometime, you know, the difference between emotion and sensation, that the emotion is imaginal.
You know, you can have, this is the one that I notice with richness of experience. We can have emotion, we can have sensation, like Neville talks about, hold it, I forget what he uses. Could be an orange versus a lemon. If you can hold an imaginal orange, you can hold an imaginal lemon. You can sniff the damn things, right? And they'll be different. Now, some of us had girls like Denise beat them up when they were kids and squirt lemons in their eyes, right? So for me, I have traumatic events around lemons, right? Used to, right? So I can have an emotional reaction to a lemon, right? And that's a memory. Memory is imagination, and you can change that. And that's the cool thing, because whenever you get, this is not about emotion, this is not about thoughts, this is about states. And in your state, there's this state we can call Jen again. Can we name a state after you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, why not? You're here.
Absolutely.
So we'll make a state called Jen again. And Jen again has very different thoughts than the state of old Jen. Am I right? Did you die? Yep.
Nope, I'm right here.
So the state of this Jen has very different emotions than old Jen from 5 years ago. So that's literally a different state. That's a different person, and that's the cool thing, because whenever you get, I have different emotions now. Like, 20 years ago, if you'd say, yeah, your wife's going to go on a week-long holiday without you, I'd say, fuck that, right? I'm too damn insecure for that. Right? Versus now, it's like, maybe 30 years ago for that. But it's one of those things where it's like, your emotions are just reactions. They're part of the richness of experience, but they don't lead.
That's what I was going to say, 20, right there.
Boom.
Reactions. Yeah. Nailed it.
By the way, your thoughts are reactions to your state as well. Jen shows up.
I knew, but emotions I got hung up over.
There you go. Happy to serve.
Nice.
You're being emotional about your emotions.
Who? Mark Dockery always spins me out.
You can be emotional about your emotion. on that topic a little bit. So let's say, or actually a lot, sensations. Okay, and let's even say physical sensations. So I was talking about manifesting. I am that which creates wealth. I am that. Okay. So if you're hungry, physically hungry, and you don't have a way to get to, let's say, the food, what at that moment do you just go back into the sensation of I am that which creates wealth, or I am that which creates food? What do you do with those kind of moments when you're, I would say, I used to call them the dark night of the soul, but since studying with you by 2020, thinking of Triple D, which I did once,
Yo.
and Manifesting Mastery, which I've done a million times and I keep doing, is that you've ruined me for blaming other people and getting back to what I did. So it's actually a good thing. It's changed exactly my state all the time. When I get into a state that would be the old me, as Jen was talking about, and we've talked about, it's like I keep going, my life's terrible, and it's all the fault of this, and this.
So I've ruined you.
It's me. It's all me.
So in the middle of manifestingmasterycourse.com, maybe a little later than that, we go through the 5 stages of dying. Grief, yes, depression, all that good stuff. And there's a lot of reasons why we approach them exactly the way we did. And this is one of them. I'm hungry. Oh, fuck it. There's no food here. I'm going to die. Yeah. Right? We've all done that. Emmett's done this for a fucking week with Victoria not here. Yeah, he's depressed, right? Then after a while, he gets tired of being depressed, and he gets angry, right? People come over to the house, and he goes, fuck you, right? He has a go at him or whatever, and then, yeah, I'm going to go eat now, right? So he does that. And here's the fun thing. If we don't label any of these emotions as negative, if we just notice they're part of the path that gets us moving, we can go through, anger, grief, depression, all that good stuff, and come out of the end just, boom, taking action. So that's the one thing that I notice. Whenever I imagine...
It totally works. You're right. Yeah. I did that yesterday. I was so down.
Oh, exactly. Well, you know what? I swear, and you guys have heard me swear more than once. I let it out because I don't believe in holding anything in. And so when I wake up this morning and I go, by the way, I want to know, is this a decent show? You guys in Facebook land and you guys that are here, anybody that's not muted, how are we doing? Is this fun or what?
It's great. Yes, it's amazing. It is great.
My first thoughts this morning were, fuck, I don't want to do it.
This is great.
Thank you. Perfection. Right? Yeah. My first thoughts were, I don't want to do it. It's going to fucking blow. Oh, shit, man. Fucking cancel it. Victoria's not here. I could start drinking whiskey at 10. Fuck it. Right? My first thoughts were like fear, depression. Oh, right? And I'm being 100% honest here. Joe Weldon wants to know who the broads are on the call.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry.
So
I was gonna say, hey, Tony, it's Lisa LaRock, and
yo,
do you hear me?
Triple D Lisa LaRock.
I'm loving this, and I love that you're saying this, and I would love to hear you expound on this kind of like waking up and
yep.
I don't want to do this. Victoria,
I don't want to do this. Yep.
Well, actually, I'm going through for 2 months. I've been going through stuff like this where it's like, God, I see the end, but this kind of stuff in the middle is just like, it's just awful, and it doesn't feel good, and I don't want to do it.
Yep.
What do we do?
Yep.
So tell me.
Cool. Joseph Goddard. This is why I begin every single day nailing things, because like in all seriousness, I mean, like this is. By the way, can you all tell I'm having a little bit of fun? Wow, Stuart, that's sexy. So this is why every morning my first thing is the Joseph Goddard, because my first thing this morning was shit. I don't want to do it. It's gonna blow. Tech isn't gonna work. They're gonna make fun of me. Denise will pin me
Oh
down
my
and squirt
God.
lemons in my eyes.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but I have to say something. I was like, I gotta say something.
Go,
In
go,
my
go.
head, this never happens to you,
In,
right? In
right,
my head,
right. This is why we're
this
calling this.
fear and doubt never happens to you.
This,
I
this,
just feel like relieved.
the,
I'm like, oh, I'm not the only one.
say,
Great.
this is why we're calling this the Up Close and Personal Show.
Nice.
Because this needs covered. By the way, I've sent out, what is it, 2, maybe 3 Dream Driven Day emails. Here's what happens when I send them out, right? So I send them out, so many days left to join, so many spaces left. And here's what happens. People leave the email list. And people join. And people send me emails that say, hey, I'd love to, but I can't this time. And I say, cool, right? I write them back. I write everyone back that I get an email from. And so you know what will happen? I'll probably send out the next email tomorrow. And I could wake up and go, oh, fuck, I don't want to send the email. 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 Ah, fuck it, don't send the email, right? I swear to God, we all can do this. Neville said your state will get contaminated. The world is always going through doubt and distress, and right? But if I sit there and I go, rightio, you know what? Here's the deal. If I don't send the fucking email and one person that should be in that course doesn't see, when I nail, my job is to teach. Oh, how do I get people in the courses? I do what a teacher does. Send out the fucking email. Right?
I hype myself up in my head, like you're telling me, just fucking do it. And then I just do it.
Exactly. There's the thing. There's a one of y'all. I'm just going to call her a chick. There's this chick that I'm friends with on Facebook, and she does these kettlebell things, and I just watch her, and it's like, look at her go. I mean, you can just tell she gets that steely eye look in her eyes, the attitude of Abdullah, the attitude of John Milius. This chick is just doing it, and I forget her name. I apologize. And she'll know I'm not being disrespectful. But I would look at her, and it inspires me to plank just a little bit longer. Just, right? We all got ways to plug into it. So, up close and personal. Who else? Somebody toss something in the mix. Share how you're doing it. Go. Was that Jess? Or who was that?
Hey, Tony, it's Asia.
Yo, how you doing? Triple D.
I'm doing good.
So what do you got, Asia?
It's so funny because I was just telling myself earlier today that I needed to email you. And I look on Facebook and you're doing the Up Close and Personal.
Up Close and Personal.
How cool. So,
nice.
I wanted to ask you about safety. How to create safety or the feeling of safety within. Could you speak about that?
Yep. So a little bit ago I mentioned if Victoria dies, I'll probably end up with someone else. That is not a very fucking safe thing to say. You got it? It's a very honest thing to say. Because if she died and I got another 50 years here, sooner or later I'm going to bump into someone. It's not that I'm going to go out looking, right? So I'm entering, you get them stepping way beyond my safe zone right now. Because we'll probably watch this later. Imagine that. But here's the thing. Anytime where, if I imagine Victoria having problems with anything that I say, I can guarantee there's going to be the potential for her to have problems with anything that I say. Right? Could be about anything. You got it? On the other hand, instead of trying to build safety in, what if you build in fun? Because one of the things that I notice is when I'm safe, I have fun. Remember, I don't know if it was in your Triple D or not, but we talked about, remember Neville talks about the state that you most commonly return to is your dwelling place. In my dwelling place, I mean, I can walk around in my undies, I can walk around in my dressing gown, I can dance silly, I can do all sorts of things in my dwelling place because it's mine. This is its ownership. So when I think of safety, that's automatically built in. On the other hand, if I was in a stranger's house, I mean, I'd probably do whatever I want anyway. But I just notice if you're adding in anything without whatever you're adding in, that takes away from safety, stop adding that in. How's that?
I love that. I love that.
Cool.
I have something to add when it comes to that too.
Go for
To
it.
safety. In my first triple D, I was going through some health issues, and I wanted it to feel safe inside. That goes so perfect with that, because I felt like my body was failing me, and until I realized that I am not my body, until I realized
Oh,
that,
boom.
I didn't care about
Total
being
difference.
safe anymore.
Yep. You know, it's
I didn't care. Being safe meant that I was safeguarding myself from something. So I was aware. Even if I didn't notice, I was aware there was something to be safe about or fear. So I didn't want to be safe anymore. I don't, as a matter of fact, every time I think of doing a business, yes, I want to be business smart, but I'm like taking a risk. I want to take risk, because the more risk I take, that means I don't want to be safe anymore. I want to just, be more assertive and be more knowing than safe. So that's what I got.
I love that you brought that up, Carolyn, because Victoria left for a week. We're having the biggest spike so far in Australian history with the loogie, right? The biggest fucking spike, and her sister's son are out holidaying, right? So what's the safe thing to do? The safe thing to do is do what I do, stay home. I have no interest in going out, by the way. So it's not that I'm hiding, it's that I just don't give a shit. You know, I rarely went out before COVID, and you guys that have been here physically, like Joe Weldon, know this is true. I mean, like, where do I go? The dog park, Coles, and that's pretty much it. But the safe thing to do is stay in. Now, they're out for a week. And if I start imagining unsafety, I'm going to start imagining, well, Victoria just came home. She's unsymptomatic. Well, when you're unsymptomatic, you're more of a chance of spreading the loogie if you have the loogie, but you don't know. And I could just spin the fuck out. Or I could just imagine she's home. I can't wait. Yeah, I'll decompress her a little bit, toss her on the bed, and just give her some shoves here and there just to get her muscles to normalize, because she will have spent way too much time in a tent, way too much time on the ground, way too much time in a car. So, but there's the thing. As soon as you drop the, she's not her body. Her body is not a threat to me. What's a threat to me? Only what I imagine. Way cool. Who's next? Somebody else toss something
I just
in.
want to.
Yo.
Can I say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uma.
Yeah. Well, while Caroline was talking, and by the way, I just so excited to be here. It's just like the meeting of the secret society. It's just so wonderful. But I just also want to say that one of the things that you get more and more aware of is that, yes, your consciousness, your I am is in your body, but your body is also inside of you. What's more safe than that?
I notice I give life to everything in my life. You know, as soon as you get, there's what gives life, and then there's what you animate. Done. You know?
Yes.
Yeah, what's more safe than that? Nothing.
Hey, 20. So to recap what you said. So, this is Lisa here. Your dwelling place seems to kind of emerge and kind of I just kind of see it visually as it kind of precedes you, like it kind of pushes out into the world. Is that kind of what you were saying?
This is awesome. So in the first club, one of the things that we dove into was what I call the radiation model. I think that was in the first club. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. So where most people, so if you can see the Facebook screen, so most people, I'm going to use props. This is so cool. So most people, and I just dumped shit all over me. This is great. So this is where we put the nuts. So most people behave as if, okay, we got noise coming through. At least I'm going to mute you for a sec because we got the noise coming through. So most people live as though this is what they are. And they have an inside and they have an outside. And they have to protect the inside from the outside. And that just is a little nuts from what I can tell. As far as I can tell, what I am, and I don't have a lighter with me, what I am is what radiates out. What I am is what radiates out. And that to me is the coolest thing, because if I'm the circle then I have to protect my inner world from my outer world, or my 3D from my 4D, or something like that. It just gets nuts. Versus I radiate. When I listen to Neville, whenever I explore how do I do this, I radiate forth. And getting that, I am at once denser than my bones, and I am at the same time what radiates forth through the bones, through the flesh, through the space around the flesh. So I am the whole circumstance. So how's that?
That's great.
Cool.
Thank you.
And I got nut bits all over me now. Somebody remind me, I'll do a little video on this. We have a chart somewhere, but I've got too many computers to try to find it. Maybe I'll do a video on this. I'm going to beat my dog up. That dog
I'm
is
thinking
here.
that was Call 2, not Call 2. I think that was Club 2.
Club 2. All right, Jen again. Coolio.
I'm just saying that in case you have notes or anything.
In case I have
Further
notes.
on, but I'm thinking that was Club 2.
All right. Well, it's probably in the... I probably put those photos up in the clubs too, so we can find that. Cool. Somebody remind me to find that for Lisa LaRock. Or so, bonus points if somebody else does. I'll outsource. How's that? Coolio. All right. Who else?
Amazing.
Amazing.
It is.
Boom.
It's absolutely amazing, Tony. It's amazing.
Nice.
All of it.
So who else do I want to have talk?
Oh, hey.
I was just staring at you.
Hey.
Hey. Kind of crying listening to you guys, sitting in my shit.
Jess.
Hey. Just like feeling, I don't know what I feel. I've manifested COVID. I'm by myself. My kids don't want to live with me. Where do I go from here? Don't know. I'm confused. I manifested to be alone. I can do anything I want in the world, and I don't know what to do. So I'm like, this is really cool to be here, and to hear you guys. So thank you.
So let's nail a couple things real quick for the average bear, because everyone needs to hear this. You don't have to imagine shit to have shit happen. Oftentimes, if we look at the New Age version of Neville, people go, well, he imagined shit, and that's why shit happened. No, sometimes your bridges involve, like one of my bridges involved a 44-acre prison getting pretty much burnt to the ground. I wasn't imagining that. I was imagining teaching, right? Except I was also selling out. I decided, you know what, I could work for the Department of Corrections for 10 years, lock in a pension, that'd be good, get out. I'd be 33 years old. Well, fuck it, if I go to 43, I'm still pretty young. And then I just kept selling out. And so I didn't last all that long because I'm also imagining teaching. And so literally there's the get beat to death episode back in 1989. And to me, this is what's really cool because it's like when I got banned from doing Facebook Lives. And so they banned me for 30 days, right? And if you know why, do not type about it here because I don't want to draw attention to that. But they banned me for 30 days for what I'll just consider a very big misunderstanding. And so it's like, rightio. But did I imagine getting banned? No. I did imagine a whole new level of the show, though. So that gave me like 30 days to play a little on YouTube. That also set into motion this whole thing about using the Blue Yeti. How's the sound? Right? Yeah, this is what's fun. Because when I didn't imagine something bad for something bad to happen. See, I'm not a fan of bad, good, right, wrong. Neville wasn't a fan of moralism either. I'm a fan of right. This is my current circumstance. I imagine something that made it happen. That really doesn't matter a whole bunch. Right now, you've got some downtime, alone time, some rest time. How sweet. Because if you don't beat yourself up, you can go, righty-o. What can I give birth to? I love that. I saw you put up a photo of your space. And it's like, look at her. Right? She's doing all sorts of...
And I'm writing a book, and I have a lot of content, and I'm doing a lot of great things. But again, I think, why don't my kids want me? I could go that way with it.
You could. But here's... Okay, let's add in one word. Even though words don't have power, let's add in one word. Ready? Why don't my kids want me now?
right now. Okay.
Because tomorrow it could be different. And by the way, maybe they don't want you now. Maybe that's how it seems because you need some space. You
They want me to
imagine.
be happy.
Yeah, yeah, well, exactly. So like I didn't talk to my mom at times for years, practically. It was like, oh, it's Christmas time to talk to mom deal. But it's like
Hmm.
radio. But if it is like but there are these things as these things unfold. If you simply like if I would have known then what I know now, I'd know drop the judge. You're imagining them happy. Cool. Facebook just reconnected. Cool. Uh,
Yep.
so celebrate that. By the way, if your book doesn't suck and you want someone to write it forward, let me know.
Yes.
See how
Can't
much,
wait.
see how much fun is this, right?
Oh,
If you want some asshole to write the forward, let me know. Cool. How's that? Is that good?
yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. By the way, notice what happens when you make it personal. If you let it be about the kids don't love me, oh, they hate me, then you just go into the depression phase. But as soon as you bring it back to you and you go, rightio, what am I giving myself right now? A little bit of space. That could be useful for writing a book. What am I giving myself
Yes.
now?
Perfect.
I'm giving myself some wisdom so I can bless other people.
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
I, I love how you said, my kids don't want me now. Like it's like so often when we get into a state or a space that's really uncomfortable, we just kind of treat it like it's going to be forever. And I love how you said
Oh,
they just don't want me now.
yeah. It's either going to be forever or get worse. They're going to have kids that don't love me too. This is great. Oh my, I'll be the exile in the family. Ah, right? We really do this crazy shit versus going, right. And again, all I'm doing, again, triple D, we talked about this. Remember, in every lesson, there's at least three main points, and you're only ever going to get one. Right? This is why we
That's
guys
it.
that take it more
That's
than
it.
once get so much, right? Yeah, Jen gets it.
Yeah.
And here's the cool thing. In one of those lessons, we talk about drawing a line in the sand. And one of the ways you draw a line in the sand is whenever tragedy strikes, you just make that a now. Yeah, why don't they love me now? Don't care, right? You know, yeah, just be done with it, right?
That's so good.
I ate a bunch of chips yesterday, right? Made with shit oil and shit chips. And guess what I felt like later? Shit. And I woke up and I was like, why do I feel like shit, man? Oh, man, I hope I'm not getting old and dying. And it's like, where the fuck is all that coming? Oh, that's coming from my buddy Cube. And it's like, nah, yeah. Why do I feel like shit now? Because I feel like shit now, right? So week 2, manifestingmasterycourse.com. Done.
That's great. Why do I feel like shit?
Why do I feel like shit now? Right? And but you get that I'm not pursuing it like most people do. It's just, yeah, why do I feel like shit now? I feel like shit now because I feel like shit now. Done.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
That's perfect. Yeah, that's it. I feel like shit now.
I feel like shit
Well,
now because
what
I.
it does, go ahead.
Because you don't perpetuate it. When you say the word now, you just make it a thing that's like very,
Boom.
that's gonna go away soon. But if you perpetuate it
Yes.
and have this state, you make it a state of this is never gonna go away because this is who I am and this is what I do and what did I do to deserve it. And it just goes from
It
there.
just goes.
Crazy because I've been there, done that. I'm over it
Nice. You're over it when? Now.
now.
And that now is a
Twain,
different now.
Twain, can I share something that goes with this?
Yeah, of course you can, Jan.
So about a year ago, I was manifesting a property and down to a price. And I don't often dick with price. I just know I want a good price.
Right.
And whatever it, And didn't the same property come down to this price? And I was looking at a physical bank statement, was fucking broke. Okay, broke.
Yep.
I threw a fit. I mean, I kicked the shit
Nice.
out of my bed, out of my pillow,
Nice.
out of my toes, and cried. And it was woe is me, victim, victim, victim.
Yep.
And for about 2 weeks, I was in that until one day I literally I just laid in bed so exhausted. It's like I put my flag up into surrender. right? But a few weeks ago, I could feel this cry coming on. And you know what I did? I took so much that Neville's taught, that you have taught me, again in MN, in the club, in Dream Drip Triple D, and on our one-on-one calls, so on and so forth. And I laid there and I felt a cry coming on. And you know what I did? I just laid back, I laid still, and I just let it trickle out my eyes.
Nice.
And my eyes were closed. And it wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It's just
a cry. Yep.
And I think that's really important to know, Jess, and everybody else here. Just let it be. Just let it be, like you said, now.
Yeah, so what you're saying is just an experience instead of making it your identity.
Exactly. Neville said, "Be angry, but sin not." So I wake up and I go, "Fuck." Yeah, that's it. Be emotional, but sin not. All right, I'm emotional. Not thrilled. What am I going to do? Radio. Do my Joseph Goddard, be done with it. So.
I learned this, 20, with my girls. My girls now are 5 and 8. But one time I said to Lacey, and yeah, she was like probably about 4 at the time. I said, "Why are you pissed?" She said, "I'm pissed because I'm pissed."
Nice. So she took the course.
You know what I mean? But there was nothing else. There was no story. I'm pissed because I'm pissed. And I think about that all the time.
Every course I design is designed to do a couple things. 1, help you explore you. 2, help you to discover you as a little child. Week 2, manifestingmasterycourse.com. I became because I became. I did because I did. I'm pissed because I'm pissed. All right. Now we can be done with. Now we can be done with it. How many silly things do you do in Triple D? Tons. But it's all about exploring you and becoming as a little child. And that's it. So we got to close up. It's 10:54. Wow.
Amazing.
So I got a favor to ask, since Triple D starts in 3 days. There's still some spots left. Anybody who wants to give me an endorsement for Triple D, I'd greatly appreciate that. And then we'll sign off. And I just want to thank you all for showing up. So anybody, anything, greatly appreciate that.
Do it.
Who was that? Angela.
Do it.
Boom.
Angela.
All right.
Do it.
Do it. Did it make a difference in your life?
Play.
Play
is the way.
Jess says play is the way.
Don't delay.
By the way, I never have people tell me, I wish I would have waited.
Do it repeatedly.
Do it, Grant.
Yes,
How many
Grant.
times
Yes,
for you, Grant Monk?
Alessandra.
Yeah, listen to all this. And this is with everybody trying to get off mute.
All the lady voices.
Thanks, gang. Alrighty, this was wonderful. We will probably do this again. What's that? Say that again, Adelia?
You can't forget to use the gates. I know that if I'm having a hard time feeling something or wanting to manifest something, how do I make it personal? Is like, for me, I got to add smell in.
Yes.
Something that is going to just nail it to make it my own. And I can at least try to have as many gates as possible in what I'm trying to feel.
I'm totally with you. And smell, for me, smell is a very primal one, I suspect, for everyone. At least that's what a lot of research suggests. And there's Anya. Yo, I see your smile.
Aw, pretty face.
Anya, say hi.
Can we show faces?
Not not on this thing, but I can. But Anya's on camera, so I can see her. Can we hear?
I can take it away, 20.
All right. So, Anya, no. I didn't mean it that way. So let me ask you. So, how many times have you done Triple D?
Me?
Yeah.
I lost count.
I lost count too. Should people do it or not?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you're changing your life completely.
I'm with you. So thank you for the crass endorsement.
I just gotta say this: people should not do it. They should live it.
You know what? There's the other thing. I'm telling you.
Nice, Mark.
When Mark, you nailed something, because when people tell me, listen to this, the echoes there. This is wonderful. Because when people tell me, well, I did MM and nothing happened, are you living it? Yeah, you do got to live it. You totally nailed it.
When somebody tells me that, I'm like, you didn't do it right, because it happened for me the first time, and then I did it again because I was a different person, so something else happened.
Yes.
Good.
That's it.
Amazing.
Game changer.
Game changer. All right, guys. I love you all. Thanks for showing up. Y'all in Facebook land, thank you for showing up too.
So this is amazing.
We're gonna
We
do.
need to do this again. I loved it.
All right, the votes are in. We're doing it again.
Yes. Soon.
Bye.
Have a great day, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.